movie?
Yeah.
Okay. So, Hialeah, you're going to tell us about this week's movie, which is The Wasp Network. Why don't you give us the synopsis before we all
Okay.
give our...
So I was looking on Netflix to pick a movie. I saw the Wasp Network, and I saw that it was about the Brothers to the Rescue in the 90s. They're being shut down, and the spy network from Cuba that they sent people over to infiltrate them and other aspects, the spies. And I just thought it was something, I saw the actors in it, and I thought it was something I would enjoy to watch. And that's pretty much why I picked it. I wanted to know more about the whole story, which I kind of knew a lot, the basics of it, but I just wanted to see, that was the reason for it.
Okay, but tell us about the movie, and spoiler alert, tell us a little bit about...
You want me to tell you how I feel about the movie?
Like what? I guess you already told us kind of what it's about. Yeah, I guess you want to give your review before we get into it? Into the scoring?
I felt watching this movie, dude, great actors. The guy that played Pablo Escobar in Narcos is in it. There's a ton of good actors. Penelope
Which is
Cruz.
the guy who plays Pablo Escobar in Narcos?
The guy that goes back to Cuba.
Which is the guy on the phone here in this picture?
Yes.
Okay.
That other guy up there played Gianni Versace in his biopic. Penelope Cruz, of course. Penelope Cruz. I gotta tell you,
this guy's a really good actor too. The guy on the right, on the bottom.
Dude, it's a really good cast.
He looks like Manny.
He does a little bit.
It's a
Manny
really
had
well
more hair and
acted,
was famous.
Real good actors, really well acted. But watching this movie, I felt like it was a communist propaganda film, dude.
Thank you so much for saying that.
I was so fucking pissed watching this fucking movie, bro.
The views were slanted, right?
Bro, I was pissed when I got off this fucking movie, bro.
It seemed like bullshit.
I felt like an American Indian watching a 1950s Western portraying Indians as only savages that killed, It was so one-sided. It felt like a propaganda film. They portrayed the Brothers to the Rescue like drug smugglers where there's no evidence of that shit.
No, the other people, I think there may have been some stuff, but the Los Hermanos al Rescate or Brothers to the Rescue, they were never involved in that.
If they were, it never came out. That was total out there, putting that out there. Because I went to the web and I started looking. Dude, were they smuggling drugs? Were they this? Were they that? And they weren't. Then they shot those guys down in international waters. They didn't even... Were they going to go where they were going to go? Yes. But wait until they get there, and then you got some kind of lake to stand on. They shot them in international waters, dude. And if you see that movie, dude, it was like sitting ducks, bro. Their planes compared to the MiGs, it's night and day. It's like, come on, dude. Are you serious?
They were in Cessnas, which are those little airplanes that recreational airplanes that people fly. Yeah. And for people who don't know the story, the Brothers to the Rescue would go out in planes, in little Cessnas. Let me show what a Cessna. I think it's a Cessna, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, Cessna.
And these people would go into the straits in these type of aircraft, and they would, one, look for rafters and try to spot them and tell the Coast Guard or wherever where they were, or try to guide them to safety. And two, when they were more brazen, they would go into Cuba and drop pamphlets, which is why they eventually, these people, they would threaten them a lot, and eventually, they shot them down because they were going to go
in international waters, though. They weren't over Havana throwing leaflets. They were in international waters.
Right. It almost caused an international event, but they were in this, and I don't know if we have a picture of a Cuban MiG here. which is like a Russian,
It's
right?
a Russian
Airplane.
MiG. It's a fucking Russian MiG. It looks like it makes these planes look like they're standing still in the air, basically.
Yeah, and they shot down 2 of these.
They killed
And
four Patriots.
yeah, I guess they looked something like this.
The thing, they portrayed the brothers Azecate, Mascanosa, all these people like if they were mafiosos. You know, it really pissed me off. It was so fucking one sided. It gave them no airtime. It was all about the families of the spies and what they went through and how honorable they were, and they were doing it all for the patria. And I could see their point, but it was so one sided.
Yeah, the whole story was like this guy who left his wife behind, her suffering in Cuba when he left, how alone he was here when he came, how they got reunited, how badly they were treated when they caught them for being spies, you know, all this shit. That's a famous thing, the Cuban Five, the five spies.
And they portray that shit, dude. And I gotta tell you, my mom came here in '66. She left 6 brothers and sisters, her parents. She got to see her parents again twice in the next 30 years. She saw her brothers and sister once more for a week in 1980 that we went to Cuba. That's the only, and you know what, dude? I never heard my mom fucking bitch or cry or, oh, woe is me and all this shit. So, yeah, dude, this movie really fucking pissed me off, dude.
Yeah, my dad was pissed about it too.
This movie really fucking pissed me off, dude.
I even looked into the director. I'm like, what is this guy's political orientation, dude? Why would he? It almost I thought I was gonna find the paper trail back to like it was funded by Cuba.
It feels like it, don't it?
Yeah. And then so everybody was also that one dude was working for the FBI, the CIA. He was like a double agent. He was working for them, informing, and then he got up and went back to Cuba.
Right, the day before, and then he goes on public radio the day before they get shut down.
Yes.
Yeah, but dude, he missed his Jeep Cherokee.
His Jeep Cherokee?
Yeah.
Yeah, he missed his Jeep Cherokee. He said it in the interview.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
He had a Rolex that he had to sell on eBay.
On eBay, yeah.
Yeah, I think.
And his wife, dude, she won $27 million, and she's only seen 200,000 of that.
I saw that, dude. Yeah. She ain't gonna see a fucking penny of that. She got fucking played, bro.
She got played.
She got played big time, dude. He was.
Dude, this movie pissed me off, dude. It's really well acted, but it's just so fucking one-sided. It's not even one-sided. It's so skewed to one side.
I wasn't sure who the bad guys were.
They made it sound like the brothers too. They made them look like thugs and all this, and the Cuban spies were the honorable ones.
Like if you just walked into a theater and you knew nothing about Cuba or any of these people, you'd have been like, "Wow, pretty cool movie."
Yeah, even when they shoot down the planes, para la patria, para la revolución, and all this shit, it's like, fuck you, man.
Incredible.
It really pissed me off.
Yeah, I came away kind of the same way. Shall we give this thing a score?
I'm gonna be objective, yeah. Tank, you know what? Let's hear from Tank, because Tank, you're not Cuban.
Yeah, go ahead.
How did you see the movie?
No, well, like I just said, I wasn't sure who like the bad guys. I was kind of confused.
Did you know anything about the story beforehand?
No, I didn't. Then I was like, I knew they were like spies or like informants, but I didn't know they were spies for Cuba. Like, I wasn't sure. I was like a little lost. And then whatever. I guess like knowing what I know about Cuba, they were the bad guys. Whatever the fuck their names were.
Some of those guys did 15 years.
Yeah.
Some of those guys we traded back to Cuba to
Or
recuperate.
other spies.
Yeah, people that they had.
How do you feel about that, dude?
The trading of spies.
Yeah.
Dude, at the end of the day, you want to get some people back in there that helped you with their family, you know, and in their homeland, you know.
Mm-hmm.
It sucks to have to give up somebody, you know, like that, but I would probably do it.
It's tough, ain't it?
Yeah, it's tough, but I think at the end of the day, I probably would. If I had a patriot, you know, that I could get them back.
But at the same time, dude, that's what they signed up for, dude. You know, that's
Basically, you're deciding: do I value more punishing this guy than I do rescuing this guy? And then you gotta do that.
and it's what it's what they signed up for, bro.
I know, but the person in charge is making that decision. Their family wants them back.
It's tough. It's a tough one.
It's not that they feel bad, but like they could have information that they deem is more valuable than what they can get out of this guy.
They probably do that too. We've already gotten all the information. One of those guys, the main guy in the movie, like he wouldn't give up any information for less time. He did not cooperate at all. I forget the guy's name. Not the guy who flew back, obviously, because
The guy with the family.
yeah, the guy with the family, Penelope Cruz's husband. He did not. The hero, right? They make him. He's the hero of the movie, right?
Bro, it's fucking bullshit, dude.
But he did not cooperate at all.
And they make him seem like such an honorable man, and he's such a
He was definitely 100% into his cause. Misguided, but
there's two sides to everything. I get that.
Yeah.
But the way they portray the brothers to the rescue, it's like they're almost trying to demean them. Their cause was bullshit. They were smuggling drugs, and we didn't come here to. And then the spies, we didn't come here to spy to transport drugs. They're so honorable, and this, and all this shit. It was just skewed, bro. It was like a Cuban communist propaganda almost.
Absolutely. All right, who's gonna rate this thing first?
I'll go first.
Okay. Rewatchability. When's the next time you're firing this?
0.
Up? 0. Acting / what do we call this category? Cast. Acting / cast.
8.
8. Soundtrack.
Not too much of a soundtrack. They did have a few movies. I'll put it at a 3. It was fair. It was I'll stick with the 3. Okay.
All right. Plot.
Zero.
You didn't like the plot?
It was too skewed.
The storytelling, yes, 100%. All right. How about the ending?
I'll give it a 5. The ending was fine. It just ended the way, whatever.
This may be your worst rated movie.
This is one of the movies I've watched that I haven't been this pissed watching a movie in a long time.
Well, it hits close to home, right? That's the thing.
It hits close to home. It's a slap it's a slap in the face.
Yeah. I'm with you. Tank, rewatchability. When are you going to fire this up again?
Probably. I'll give it a 0.
Acting / cast for the Wasp Network.
I'll give it a 10.
Can I say something real quick?
You loved it.
They were not Cuban actors, but dude, their dialects were pretty good.
None of them were Cuban, right?
None of them were.
Penelope's from Spain. Other
South
guys,
America.
Mexican.
Yeah. I don't believe any of them were Cuban, but
I don't know who the two spies were, who the two main spies were.
They're from South America, dude.
Okay.
Penelope's was the most off.
Yeah.
Hers was the most off, but
Yeah.
dude, I heard the words that they said and the language, maybe not the dialect, but it was pretty good.
She had a couple little words here and there that she would say.
Yeah, she would lose it every once in a while, but this
guy's Venezuelan.
Cambiar el culero.
What?
Cámbiale el culero.
Yeah, I didn't.
She said that?
Yeah. That's what
Yeah.
she called the diaper a bunch of times.
A
I bet.
culero. Yeah, that's. I've never heard that in my life.
I bet there's people who like to cambiar her culero. This guy's Brazilian.
That guy was that guy was that's Pablo.
Okay. And then this guy's Mexican.
The daughter had to be Cuban for sure.
This girl's Cuban.
Yeah, that's
Cuban
the daughter.
Spanish.
That was the daughter.
No, this was the girlfriend, right?
Oh, that was the
Oh
wife.
yeah, Anna Margarita. Yeah, she
Yeah, that
was
was the
fine, dude.
Yeah, she was.
I don't remember this guy. Oh yes, I do. He's Argentinian.
He played the Brothers to the Rescue guy,
Yeah, he's the one that would have the meetings and
Yeah.
tell them about.
and they made him look like a total gangster.
Mm-hmm. He did pretty good. This guy.
They were good. The acting was good. The dialects were good. I enjoy. I thought they were really. They sounded like when I went to Cuba and I saw my cousins and all that shit. They sounded just like them.
It is based on a book, by the way, called "The Last Soldiers of the Cold War."
Yeah.
Let's see who this Fernando Moraes guy is. He's a Brazilian journalist, biographer, politician, and writer. Huh. He was in the government in Brazil. This guy was a civil servant. He's probably a psychopath.
He's a fucking psychopath.
All right, Tank. Soundtrack.
0. Nothing stood out.
Plot.
I mean, I guess it's based on a true story, right?
Yes.
No, it is based on a true story.
I'll give
Some
it an 8.
liberties were taken, but what do you give it?
An 8.
Ending.
A 5.
Okay. So the rewatchability, that's zeros across the board. I'm probably never watching this thing again. The acting / cast, yeah, I'll give it a 10, dude. The acting was pretty damn good.
It was.
I might rewatch the Anna Margarita scene again.
I'm sure you can find her in other movies.
With nudity?
I don't know, dude. We'll have to find out.
That's what
Sure, look up MrSkin.com. Soundtrack, I'm with Tank here. I give it a 0. Nothing stood out. I'm sure there was some Latin music at some restaurants. I don't fucking remember.
That's about it.
Yeah. The plot, even though the way it was told, I get why you gave it a 0, Hialeah, but I'm more with Tank, dude. I think I'm going to give it a 9. I think the story is a super interesting story. It was told from a different point of view, but I think it was a story that should have been told. So I found it interesting. I'll give the ending, I'll give it like a 4. So Hialeah's at 15 and me and Tank are 23 each on this movie. That's where we're at with the Wasp Network.